the crazy thing is, freedom from that is as close as just recognizing what it is and then saying, well, I mean, I have a particular analogy I like. There's this point at which the pilot's name is Sully, I guess, Captain Sully, who landed the plane on the Hudson. There's a point at which the birds have struck the engines and he needs to land the plane on the water. And there's a good chance that he's going to kill everybody on board, but their best chance that they're going to live is him, right? And he says, my aircraft, which is what you say when you take it away from the autopilot, right? You take responsibility for it. And the basic point is, we need to look at evolution and we need to say, my aircraft, right? It's that simple.
Wow. I love that. That rocks me. I have to really watch this focus thing. Oh boy. So, hello, my dear friends. Oops. When I used the plural friends, 30 imaginary viewers just clicked away to another YouTube channel. But you're still here. I'm your cuppa. Anyway, I just watched again a conversation with Jamie Wheal and Bret Weinstein about the evolution of things as we know them and as they're playing out at the moment. And they were discussing how we've been dealt, or we've evolved into creatures that when times are good, we're really generous and kind to each other. And when times are bad, like in the 30s, 1930s, we get nasty. So good times, it's like, yeah, I went over to the other tribe. I got married to this lady from the other tribe, and we all get along really good. We have a potlatch every once in a while and give each other stuff. We trade, which is exciting because they have some stuff over there that I just can't get here. And I really love my wife. She's great, you know. And then you hit the bad times, times of scarcity, and everybody retreats from what Jamie was calling the soft shell crab that's comfortable with globalism and, you know, social evolution to a different realm altogether. We retreat back into the hard shell crab and tribalism and nationalism and demagoguery and populism and so on and so forth. And then we start the cycle again, you know, of brutish and short, and we get into the genocidal mode, you know. And these are cyclical, and they've been cyclical at least, you know, during the period from the Industrial Revolution. And we, if we can remember, if we're aware or conscious of history, we can look back upon moments of terrible warfare and strife. We don't want to go there again, do we? No, I don't think so. So Bret was saying that we're kind of programmed into that somehow. And I also think that there's not only the genetic program, but the coding or programming that goes on in society, where you live in Compton, you have a front yard and a backyard, you have 3 cars, 2 of them are bitchin' lowriders. Sorry, I said bitchin', well look at me, baby boomer. Anyway, 2 bitchin' lowriders. Throw in a motorcycle. You got a job, you got enough money, you have good friends, you're happily married, you got a couple kids. But you still feel oppressed, you still feel you're lacking something, because something in the culture tells you that you need more, that you want more, and that somehow you're being kept from having more, okay? And you could be a guy on Wall Street, off Wall Street, near the flash trades in New Jersey, or wherever, and you could still feel like you weren't getting enough, right? You're social signaling on the hedonic treadmill like crazy, showing everybody what you can afford to do to keep happy. from microdosing to chartering a jet to Saint-Tropez or whatever. And you're still not happy. You still feel like you're not getting enough, right? And you've got 12 pairs of trainers, or what we like to call tennis shoes or sports shoes or whatever you call them these days, in the shoe room, and it's not enough, you know? You feel like you just can't get enough. You feel oppressed and everything. And it's a rough bit of business to feel that way. I'm in Portugal. It's a poorer country, if you want to compare it on certain metrics with other countries. Very rich agriculturally and culturally and spiritually in many ways. But it seems to me the people here just don't need that much. They have their friends and family, they have a beautiful country, they're in decent relationships. You know, they don't need 12 pairs of shoes. They don't need 2 low riders, you know. They save up, they get what they need, and they have each other. When I was in China, people had each other also, a whole lot of each other, a whole lot more of each other. But, you know, in the 80s, it wasn't, you didn't get the sense that people didn't have enough, even though they have a lot. And Bret was saying, you know, we don't have food shortages, but we still have this sense that there's scarcity in the world. Things are falling apart, and you're not going to get any. Oh my God, that's so tiring. But anyhow, you know, it comes around to this moment in the video where he's saying, the answer is clear. Once we understand that we're programmed, genetically coded into this, you know, going from potlatch to slaughtering the other tribe, you know, and it's just in there. We've been dealt some nasty genetic code by evolution. We can allow the higher angels of our nature to break through and say, I'm taking over the plane now. I'm going to say that my higher values are more important than going out and killing the guys next door, you know? I mean, it's that simple, and that's what's exciting about what he said, to me anyway. It makes a lot of sense. You can make that choice. If we do have any agency, if we are aware enough, conscious enough, educated enough, compassionate enough, curious enough, we can find out that we do have the ability to make that choice. We can do the peaceful thing. So that was what I got out of it. I think it's interesting, and you know, while I'm helping people at www.facebook.com/globehackers, while I'm helping people train their algorithms with articles and information and videos from the shit show, the mainstream media, I'm also dropping in a whole bunch of gems like this that I hope people will become attracted to, because, you know, there's a lot of good things going on in the world right now. A lot of interesting thinking and impulses. And we don't have to just be coded and trained, because I think a lot of this is perception. We're engaging in the culture, the zeitgeist, and we're being badly programmed by people with financial interests, greedy people basically, people who can't get enough, who are always going to be feeling the scarcity, that they don't have enough, you know, that they're, you know, the paper of their business card is somehow less attractive than the other guys. And this is a sad way to be. And many of us don't want to be that way. So we can make that choice not to. We can do things to nudge ourselves back in a different direction. We can become aware of how we're being nudged, and we can even intervene and choose a higher role or higher power, whatever you want to say. So your homework is to watch that video that I'm going to put in the description of this video 3 times. So 3 times 13 minutes, okay? Do the math. 39 or whatever it is minutes, which should make it longer than this video that you've had to sit through. Sorry about that. And see what you get out of it, out of that conversation, because for me, it brought up a lot of stuff that I could talk with you if you were here in person over a bottle of wine or a couple of beers. I could talk with you about it for hours, and we would laugh and joke and fart and snicker and point, and it would be a fun conversation, but instead I'm just working this shit out, talking to a camera. So, for now, Bouillon tea, out.